Yeah, it was a good week last week. Really proud of our team, how we trained on Wednesday and Friday. It was nice to be able to have a couple built-in off days in there to recover and rest and continue to get some kids back healthy. And I think that showed up, honestly, in our game against UCA. It was nice to have some of our subs back. Hannah Warnkin, Adio Kelly step back into the lineup, provide some really valuable minutes for us on Sunday. But yeah, we really pushed them hard last week. We want to continue to have our competitive edge. We want to continue to have the right mindset and mentality that goes into everyday preparation for each and every opponent. And I thought they were really sharp last week, which was good. We need to continue that this week as we get into our obviously our conference opener. But yeah, proud of how we went about our business on the road. It's never easy getting the results on the road, and honestly, Central Arkansaw is a dangerous team. They are desperate. They're playing some really good soccer right now, and they're desperate for results. It's just not going their way, and they're a bit frustrated, which I understand. But we were just praying they didn't figure it out against us. And for the first 30 minutes, to be fair, they were the better team. But really proud of how our subs stepped in. AJ scoring two great goals to kind of jumpstart us. And then into the second half, I thought our performance was much more professional and how we would want it to be.
Thank you, Coach. Sean, I know you got your hand up, but I definitely want to go ahead and get Terrence in here since I know his audio is working today.
Coach, as far as injuries and health-wise, is this the best you've been since maybe preseason?
Definitely. Yeah, going into this week, definitely as healthy as we've been in a long time. To have, the opportunity to have 23, 24 players available for selection is a good place to be. Even to get some minutes out of Kiana Sparrow, Lauren Fincher, again, some other players that came off the bench for us. It was nice to have them. We hope to pick up another one or two healthy bodies going into this week.
Coach, you alluded to this, but it's difficult to win on the road, particularly in soccer. This was your first road win. How much did that help with the team's confidence getting that win away from home?
Yeah, that was a big focus, Sean, this week, really, in honesty. Like we talked about it. If we want to get results in the American on the road, we got to protect home field. We always know that, and we've done a really good job making Park West a difficult place to play for our opponents. But going on the road, that's where championships are won. That's where you're able to gain some momentum in the league play. So we talked heavily about, listen, we need to have the right mindset. We need to have the right efforts and attitude going into a difficult place to play. It wasn't easy. Weather was great, which was nice. But again, you're playing against in an environment where an opponent is trying to make your life difficult. And UCA did a very good job of that. But I was proud of our players and how they responded in the second half, and definitely is going to give us some confidence as we step into AAC play.
As part of UTSA Athletics Hometown Heroes program on Thursday, it's a salute to educators. Can you speak about the influence that educators have made on and in your life?
I'm married to one. My wife's a kindergarten teacher. She invests everything she has into her kiddos in the classroom, and is a phenomenal teacher. But not just her, my two sister-in-laws, and in fact, all three of my sister-in-laws were teachers at some point in time and have been at some point in time in their life. And I've been very blessed to have some phenomenal teachers. I look back to some of the professors I had in college, some obviously coaches who are educators as well. Very fortunate to have some really big positive influences in my life, which has really helped shape who I am as a coach and shape who I am as a parent and as a person and as a man. And so that's important to us, and I can't wait for our players to be able to honor the professors and individuals that mean so much to them in the classroom and help shape them in so many different ways. So Thursday night's going to be a really special opportunity to celebrate them.
What challenges are you expecting from UAB, and how do you expect that they'll test your team there in the conference opener?
Yeah, new coaching staff that's been there now, second year. settling into their style of play, settling into what they want to do. They are very, very good on the ball. They are probably one of the most possession-oriented teams in our league. They want to complete 700-800 passes a game, just making you chase, making you move, making you, trying to pull teams apart and pick the right opportunities to, create opportunities to go into goal. And so they're very dangerous with the ball. We're going to have to find ways to disrupt them, to make them uncomfortable, to make them do what they don't want to do. So that's going to be huge for us. So there's going to be some challenges that they're going to present because they're going to be a little bit unlike any team that we've played up to this point in time. A little bit like Houston, but even Houston was a bit more direct. Wasn't afraid to go forward. Whereas UAB's definitely, again, they're almost like with a cat, just kind of like pawing at you and teasing you from time to time, and our players going to have to keep their head. They're going to have to be smart in how we defend and the things that we need to do to be patient. And then we need to be strong when we have the opportunities to punish them. I think we're going to have those opportunities. It's a conference game. It's a conference opener. They're going to want to come in here and get points. We need to protect our home field, which we know, and we want to get off to a right start in the American, with 3 points in front of a huge crowd on Thursday night.
Yeah, what's your appeal, if you could give it, for fans, students, whoever, the soccer community to come out Thursday night?
I think you're going to see an entertaining game. I think it's going to be an exciting game. I think our players are going to be super hyped for it. It's a run as one game, so we're going to have as many athletes out there as possible. I think it's going to be a rowdy crowd. Hopefully the band's going to be there as well, which we're excited about. Park West is an entertaining place to come watch a soccer game. And to be able to come in and be able to create an environment, that is in favor of us and in favor of our players, being able to go out and perform, to be able to celebrate educators. We're going to have a club night as well with one of the local clubs here in town. So, again, there's going to be tons of youth, tons of college kids, tons of, family and friends out celebrating. We hope all the students here at UTSA will do the same and, pack Park West. Hopefully we put 1,500 to 2,000 people out there and enjoy a great evening.
Kind of an interesting schedule that you play this conference opener and then you don't have a match on Sunday. How will you use that to kind of help your team get better?
Yeah, continue to get healthy. Be a huge thing. But, I like this, to be honest with you. We stretched out the season this year in the NCAA. They added a week on the front end, which was huge. And it just allows us to, in a lot of ways, train and rest and recover. We've been going, since this past week, before our game against UCA, we've been going doubles every weekend, every Thursday, every Sunday. And, it could take a toll over its time. And so it was nice to be able to get some rest this week, before we played UCA. It's going to be nice after UAB to have another 7 days to recover before we go on the road to play at East Carolina. So utilizing this time to rest, recover, really focus in on the things that we need to continue getting better at. Also improving our fitness in the middle of the season, which is very rare, it is huge. So we're excited about that opportunity, and we know that we got to get off to the right foot on Thursday night.
Coach, as far as your non-conference schedules, when you're putting it together, do you know what order your conference schedule is, and if so, how does that impact? Like you said, UAB is kind of a unique team as far as the style of play. Does that just kind of get used to them?
Yeah, definitely. It worked out well for us. We try to strategically think about, like UCA, at Central Arkansaw, they possessed the ball really well, and they exposed us in some ways that we didn't handle as well as I would have liked, especially early on. And so we had to make some adjustments on the fly, some adjustments at halftime, and which was great. And to be honest, we'd be able to go back and watch that film and now look at it in preparation for UAB. Will benefit us for sure. I think as far as laying out our non-conference schedule, I think it's more about not always necessarily the opponent, but it's also about making sure we have confidence going into conference play. It's also about making sure we're rested. So I did front load our schedule a little bit more in those front 6 games. You want to test your team early. You want to be able to get people in as many minutes as you can to get us to this point right now. And where we are right now, I feel as comfortable as I've ever felt. And where our lineup is, who's coming off the bench, what role are they playing. We're just able to provide a lot of role clarity for our players, whether they're starting, whether they're coming off the bench. And you see that even like somebody like AJ, who stepped in massively for us yesterday, scores 2 great goals. She played 40 minutes in the game, was fantastic. She's been training those opportunities week in and week out, and she took them yesterday, which was fantastic to see. To know we have those types of players that are very clear in what their role is, what their job is, and they're going to be elite at that, is a good place to be for our team at this point.
Sean.
Last one from me, Coach. I know somebody that you really believe is a huge part of your success is your athletic trainer, Shelby Dale, and she recently has had this opportunity to work on the Paralympic staff. How much has she meant to the success of your program since you've been here, and how excited were you for her for this opportunity?
And I love when you give me opportunities to talk about special people. Shelby Dale is one of the best. Not only is she just a phenomenal trainer, she is a incredible human being. She is one of my best friends, and I didn't know that when we met in 2018, but she has been as integral, if not more so, than anybody on this staff in regards to the success we've had here at this program. She keeps our kids healthy. She keeps our kids happy. She wears a lot of hats for a lot of our players in many, many ways, and no one deserved this opportunity more than she did, to be able to go and represent our country and be able to work there in Paris and be part of the Paralympic staff. And so we can't wait to have her back. I know she's supposed to be flying back today. Hopefully be back at training tomorrow. I know I'm ready to give her a big hug and welcome her back. But just who she is, and how she represents herself, but also represents our program, our university, our athletic department, and ultimately how she represented our country was super, super cool. And I hope many more of these opportunities come her way, because she is very, very deserving.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else from your end, Terrence?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you very much, Coach, and good luck this week against the Blazers.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Birdsup.